I don't know how this is. So, hi guys. Welcome to Talking About Life with Lily podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. I really don't know what to talk about today, but I feel like I should talk about um relationships, friendships, and I should just give like an honest overview and maybe a little piece of me. This is going to be really scary because I don't really want to talk about me in a sense. I think people are hearing a lot about other people enough that me just adding to the list, I don't know what it will bring, but since it's a podcast, I just felt like, why not? You know? So I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. I was sort of like in a very huge breakdown mode because I was trying to understand my emotions. This phase of my life, I'm single. I have been through a couple of abuse, trauma. Some what's the word for me to use now? Some I won't supposedly claim I was a victim. Some I would say that because of my trauma, I acted out of order. But others, I would probably say, there was so much instances of abuse and trauma, and so that's just the background of my experience. And in the midst of that, I have God has helped me to, I don't know even how to put it. God has just helped me to walk through it despite the wounds, despite how it changed me, despite, my healing still ongoing. So, and one of the things I noticed that God was very like particular about me was me staying away from relationships because there was a point in my life where relationships was a trauma bonding for me. And that is, I just wanted someone to understand me and I wanted company and I wanted what's the word? I was lonely in a sense and I wanted someone to affirm, understand, someone to talk to and someone to share things with and someone to just grow with and all those kind of typical feelings that you would feel at a certain point in your life. And so those are incredible feelings, but I noticed that God was trying to like keep me away from relationships, especially with my background and how much I have experienced and how much I have walked through, the level of abuse, the level of pain and wounds that I've carried. And so God was like, Lily, let's not do this again. You're already seeing how it's playing out. Let's not do it again. Until I myself being God brings the right person your way. And you know, when I feel you're ready. And so my prayer sort of shifted to not like I was praying about things as I was now or recently. Let me not even say now or recently. Things just shifted the way I prayed about relationships. Things completely shifted because I can't say it's now or recently because that's like saying it's like it's just happening. No, it's not just happening. So in my singlehood now, one of the crucial things that I've noticed is number one, how emotions can be so deceptive. Like my friends would probably say that I give great advice and I am bold and all those things, but obviously some of them will not believe this, but I'm quite vulnerable with someone I really care about. I'm quite mushy mushy. I'm quite soft and all that. And so this period of singlehood, there's just been a lot I've been having in my heart and having a conversation with God, and it's just been, oh, this person, what about this person? And I like the way this person is talking to me and whatnot and how I feel. And but time and time again, I always feel this feeling of, why are you doing this, Lily? Like, I get the whole concept of relationships and whatnot. It's not like I hear it audibly from him. I just feel God is like trying to tell me, like, why are you doing this? Where is this coming from? Because one of the things about relationships is we need to understand that, well, from my experience, I'm not trying to be all goody two shoes, wise person here giving you advice. No, I'm just talking honestly. We all need to understand that when you enter relationships from a place of woundedness, or I don't even know if that's the word, from a place of I'm lonely, from a place of those kinds of emotions, it's, I don't know, I might be wrong because a lot of people might probably have married from that place and they're thriving. I don't know every other person's situation, so I can't speak it out and be like, okay, this is the way to do it. But it's like my own experience. God has been trying to like tell me, like, why are you doing this? Like, all this attraction and conversations you're having with me concerning your emotions, like, at the end of it, like the root of everything, like you can the root is not that, Lord, I'm ready. It's just still stemming from those things. Your healing is still pending. Your healing is still not pending. Your healing is still ongoing. Why can't you just sit still and just be contented with this phase of life? And it's been really difficult for me because you just meet nice people and you feel like you can trust some people. You feel like you can, in fact, you interact with people, you notice a glimpse of vulnerable moments here and there, and then you are able to also to share vulnerable moments, and you notice a glimpse of safety, emphasis on a glimpse, not a whole full book. A glimpse of safety, and so you want to hold on and you want to cling on to those things. And so it's just been like God trying to tell me, like, don't put yourself through this over and over again. you know you've asked me to help you through this phase and to bring the right person to you. Don't put yourself through this phase of constantly trying to find it, instead of allowing me to do it for you, instead of allowing me to bring the person your way, instead of allowing me to still walk on you and all that. And to be honest with you, my audience, it's been something. There are moments I've caught my emotions, emphasis on emotions, because to be honest with you, emotions that can be so deceptive. I can't even, I used to check on YouTube. There was a YouTube video I came across actually. Not I used to check on YouTube. There's a YouTube video I came across actually, and I think this lady was saying that we tell people, follow your heart, follow your heart, follow your heart, but it's like the Bible literally says trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And so literally what she's trying to say, and what I got from that video was like, God is literally telling you not to lean on your understanding, not to lean on what you're seeing, not to lean on the glimpse of safety you're getting, not to lean on this person's personality, not to lean on what you think you're getting, to lean on him, to lean on him and trust him that he would be able to give you the right person at the right time. Emphasis on at the right time. You don't have to go out there and find the right person. You don't have to go out there and put yourself out there, put yourself in compromising situations. Although that was not my case. I was not really putting myself out there. I just happened to meet people, in workplaces, just different environment, events. You just meet people. And so one or two things led to another. You people talk, nothing serious, but you just find yourself longing and wanting, and then you're like, and thank God for God, because God has so I've been so wounded enough that God has, now made me involve him in relationships, even as simple as, Lord, I feel this way about this person, and I don't know if this is the right person. You know, even if you don't hear God audibly, like you can tell in your spirit when someone is not the right person. I don't know. It you just feel that there's no sense of peace. You're questioning, you're questioning, you're questioning. There's a different kind of questioning that is questioning based on on a certain level of fear that is not rooted in I know this is wrong. You know, there's a kind of fear that is like that. I'm not saying fear is a good thing, but you get the point. So I just I felt like involving God in my escapades of emotions, flying all over the place, has made me sit with myself to begin to ask myself, like, what is the root behind these emotions? Like, what is the root behind this liking of this person? Like, what is the real root? Is it still loneliness? Is it still longing? Is it still something amiss in you that is leading you to long for something? Because then it's almost like you are going back to that same cycle of trauma bonding. You understand? Like, is there's a whole lot to unpack in there. So, I've been having different stages like that in my life that has made me sit with myself, even when I pray about it, and God is like, okay, you've spoken to me, but like, what are you going to do about it? Because obviously you know my answer, like, Lily, just wait on me and be content with this season. Be content with this season. Be content with this space. And there's just something, this is out of the God conversation with me now. I'm talking about my perspective now. There's just something about singleness that people, I know there's this whole thing out there, of use your singleness and, do great things and focus on you. But it's like, realistically, let's just be honest right now. It is the most, is the most phase of your life where you're figuring yourself out, and you're also longing for someone to be there while you're figuring yourself out. um there are so many things you don't understand about yourself, but you're also longing that you meet someone. There's just this longing in that singleness phase. I get that there are some people that will probably disagree and say, well, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling fly, I'm single, I'm great. Good for you. So God has really made me sit with myself, and a lot of times I get it wrong. A lot of times I get it wrong. A lot of times I'm like, my emotions is are glaring, and it's almost like God is like trying to tell me like your emotions mean really nothing. This doesn't have anything to do with me. Like, and there's one thing about me. Would I even say there's one thing about me? I'll probably say that there's just one thing that I've noticed is when something pops up in my head that is glaring, I tend not to listen in a way. And one of the things I need to work on is try to listen, try to listen and try to be content with the instruction I'm given by God, and not try to like figure not figure not try to like be the answer when the answer is already given to me. Don't try to change the answer basically. So I'll probably say lean not on your own understanding. If you are single and you are longing for someone to be there, lean not on your own understanding. It is difficult not to lean on your own understanding because you have your eyes, you are seeing, your emotions are all over the place. You are longing. It might be loneliness, it might be age, it might be just a natural seeking of companionship. But in the midst of it all, the Bible still says lean not on your own understanding, and it's very difficult to grasp that entire thing. Do not lean on your own understanding. Do not lean on your emotions. Do not lean on what you see. Do not lean on how you feel. Do not lean on your emotions. And I'm not just teaching you guys, it's also a reminder to me. I might probably listen to this episode when I find myself in this whole bubble again. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. Acknowledge him, not partially, like acknowledge him in such a way that you're like, Lord, I feel this way about this person, and I need your guidance, I need your wisdom, and I need your strength if I need to create boundaries, and I need your strength if I need to pull back. I need your strength if I need to respect myself, because we don't need to be putting ourselves through this cycle when we obviously know God is telling us what God is telling us to do. You understand? So, consulting God is wise. You know, it is, you feel like you are foolish because I shouldn't have even said that, but I don't know if you get the point. You feel like you're foolish in the sense that um the world has its own perspective, and the Bible is calling you to something higher than that. And so you are living in a world. And so you going down that path that the Bible is calling you to, it seems very foolish to the world. Like, what the hell do you think you're doing? But we just need to surrender, honestly. I don't really want it to be more like teaching, because I'm human and I feel and I experience things. I just want it to be more of, it's okay to feel, it's okay to see, it's okay to long for companionship and all those things. But in the midst of it all, it's very important and very graceful, and it's even an opportunity and a grace to surrender those emotions to God and say, God, if this is not your will, tear it down. And if it's your will, then, you know, let your will be done. So I don't know if this has helped anybody. I'm trying to be honest here in this episode. I hope it didn't feel teaching like. I hope it helped somebody. I might even come back to listen to it when my coconut head does not listen many a time. So an encouragement to anybody out there, just trust in God, and even an encouragement to the Lily that is speaking to you, like Lily Membo, like trust in God. That's me, of course. Trust in God. So thank you so much for watching this episode or and listening to this episode, watching on YouTube, listening on the podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.